Hi, this is Jen from HomesteadHow. I'm here to tell you a little bit about our 1962 tractor. The reason I'm doing this is my husband had recently had a mini stroke, and I'm trying to take over a little bit of his chores, going out with the kids and cutting down some wood and bringing it back. I have to say, my husband and I are total rookies at this. We just bought it from a farmer up the street from where we live. This is a basic tractor, 101. Okay, right here we have a gas tank that my husband bought from an auction. Trying to save a little bit of money, not buying it brand new. It's a 5-gallon gas tank. We had to replace it because this is a tractor from 1962 and it started leaking, and the inside of the tank was all rusted out, and no matter how many times you cleaned it out, it would just get rusty and die on you as you were driving. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the controllers. This one goes up and down. It's a lever. It controls the hydraulics, makes the bucket go up and down. It's kind of fun. This is the transmission, the gear shifter. The controls are reverse, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for high. Here's the throttle to change the gas, make it go faster and slower. You just kind of push it up and down. Okay, here's the clutch. You push down. It's not like driving a stick shift in a regular car. You push it down and you put it in the gear that you want, and you slowly let go, and it'll gradually start moving. Okay, these are your brake pedals. You got your left and your right. You push them both down at the same time if you want both tires to stop. There's an optional lever here that will go in between both the brakes, so you can hit the brakes at the same time. Otherwise, if you need to make a sharp turn, you can push one. You can do either your right or your left and make a sharp turn. Since there's no power steering in this, it's basically really hard to turn.
Oh, take a picture, that's for movie.
You can use the right brake when you want to turn right, or use the left brake when you want to turn left. In order to dump the bucket, you just slam this down and it'll knock everything out of there. This is a hydraulic lift, but the bucket does not have hydraulics on it. Okay, this is the lever for the PTO. You just push it, and then you come over here, and this is the PTO. It turns. You can get attachments for it, like a lawnmower. PTO is power takeoff. We did buy it from a farmer down the road, and since it is a 1962, he did not have the owner's manual, so we went online and purchased one ourselves. A whole part in here where it tells you what each piece is and everything. It's very informative. Since we bought the tractor, it ran a little rough, so we purchased this manual and went through it and had to change all the hydraulic oil and the fluids and everything. And since we did, it actually is running a lot better, and it kind of purrs like a kitten, and it's a little easier to steer and use the bucket. So inside the owner's manual, it tells you where all the parts are that you would need to grease and exactly where to put it. For example, number 5 right here is the tie rod, and I know where that part is. So it's under here, right there. And you just take your grease gun and you hook it up down under there, and then you pump it twice, and it'll put grease inside of there and make it run a little bit easier. So also in this diagram, it tells you all the specific places where you have to grease. One of the first things we did was purchase the grease gun and go in and grease everything. This little mushroom thing that I first took off when I opened it is the air filter. There's oil inside, and it cleans the air out. After the air filter, you got the carburetor over there, and you got the battery over here. Here's the fuel tank that I was talking about before, which goes to the fuel filter, which then leads to the fuel pump. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The fuel pump has a little lever on it, so you can prime it. Okay, right next to the oil filter, there you can check the oil. And then there's also a hydraulic pump. The nice thing is, If there's something that goes wrong with it, it's easy to fix. It's not like a modern car that has 10,000 parts or a computer chip inside of it. So even though it's the second day of spring now, we are expecting 6 to 8 inches of snow, and our driveway is about a half a mile long. So my husband and I custom fixed these chains to the tires. So when we're going down the driveway, it won't get stuck in the snow.
Push it.
I'll show you how it works next. Okay, I'm gonna start the tractor. Always make sure it's in neutral.
Drivers, no survivors.
And turn the key. And then, if you can hopefully hear me, I'll lift the bucket. And then to hit it down, make sure my dog's away. And then to hit it down, you gotta slam it really hard. Woo.
Meanwhile,
Always peeing.